armed or other persons who are lawfully carrying a firearm with a license. And that would be knowingly for Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams can transfer probation outside the state of Georgia. He has residences in the state of California.
So this is what his attorneys are asking for, guys.
Mr. Williams be allowed to travel throughout our country and the world for lawful work-related industries.
I'm coming back, guys. The attorney now is asking for the plea of Jeffrey Williams, what he is asking for as they take a plea deal.
If that is workable for the venue, and
hit the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you, whoever you are. Hey, put in there, I'm ready. There's one person, and this is part 2.
Mr. Williams wants to.
You guys joining in. Thank you. 111. That's the angels. This is a good teaching moment, guys. This is the reason why I'm doing this.
An illegal firearm buyback to buy back firearms that are not supposed to be on our streets. Mr. Williams does not wish to go near the Cleveland Avenue area. Not to insult that area at all, but
thank you.
Not a good idea under this circumstance. And he can drive on the highway, but otherwise not come within 1 mile of the area that we call Cleveland Avenue, and we can give the exact dimensions of that area. Mr. Williams must perform 100 hours.
Again, guys, if you're just joining,
per year.
I'm just streaming this as a teachable moment.
Mr. Williams can associate.
This is Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, a wildly successful entertainer in the music industry. This is a gentleman that is being accused of a RICO case. They're considering him the kingpin of it all. The judge is about to give her ruling.
It was all up in the air. That may have been something y'all had already hammered out, but it's not anything they're bound to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I agree with it.
This is in the state of Atlanta, Georgia.
Of the supposed victims, and there was an Exhibit A attached to
City
the
and
state's,
state.
proposed plea agreement negotiation.
Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate it.
Exhibit A, but we can give it to the court if you need those names. And Mr. Williams had no contact with any of the co-defendants in this.
This is the Brian Steele, his attorney, giving his I guess his plea deal to the judge. Deanna, and I am ready. Okay, Deanna, my Gmail. Are you a troll, Deanna?
Are contractually obligated, and they frequently.
I've never seen my Gmail.
Any other conditions that the Honorable Court deems appropriate.
If you're here, that's fine. On Halloween. Yeah, you know what? It's not a coincidence. This is the thing. Go back and look at the part 1. It's not a coincidence. This is all prophetically done. They know what they're doing. Everything is based on the what's above, as above, as below. So this is all orchestrated and done on this day. This is a ritual. They use holidays as ritualistic days to, create and manifest the things the outcomes they want. That's why you're supposed to. His name is Jeffrey Williams. These are his attorneys, my Gmail. He's a wildly successful entertainer being charged for RICO.
Hear some of the evidence and kind of get a feel. You've had a chance also to observe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Can you elaborate on that, please?
The only thing I can say about Mr. Williams that hasn't been said is that he comes from.
This energy is very strong on this day, guys. 444. Yep.
That it was an album.
Halloween is a ritualistic day that Drake, I'm not going to say it, that
Mr. Williams came from.
It's just all these holidays or days for rituals to come about. Exactly, a planned ritual. Exactly. but it's a
He's
learning
had tragedy in his life, he's observed
lesson
tragedy in his
for
life,
us
and he has
to
gone
understand
through
how
a
energy
good
works.
path.
That's why I always
He has
go
been
on and on
involved in
about
a lot, but he
energy.
has raised
And
himself
you
up.
also
He has
get what you give.
done the best
The
he
most
could and
recent
has done phenomenally
message
well,
is talking
and
about
is,
being
I
a
think, an
giver.
inspiration to a lot of
And I
people
know that a lot
from
of you
that
guys
community
are,
who look to him
but
and see the
who
success that
are
he
you
has
giving
gained
to if it's the right
and have
people
been
that
fully
you're giving
supportive of
to?
him.
Because you got to be
But
careful who
he
you
finds
give
himself
to.
here.
You could be given to
He's
the
in front
wrong
of you.
to the wrong
He is
people,
tending this
and
food
that
because he
energy comes
accepts
back to you.
responsibility.
So be
You've heard
careful,
everything
who
Mr.
you
Steele's had to
give
say.
to.
I can only ask
But
that you
if you're
follow
learning and you're
what we put
growing,
before
be a
you.
giver
You also have,
to
I
those
believe,
that help support you,
the
that teach like
paperwork that was given to you
myself.
by the state, which kind of
I
gives you some
give.
idea of what they
You
were
guys
looking
have to
for
give
as
back
well
too,
in terms of
however you
conditions.
decide. You do what's
Mr.
in your heart, right?
Williams, if we were to ever reach some
So
sort of
these are
agreement,
his attorneys,
and we
guys.
ask that if you feel that there's anything within the state's proposal,
I believe his name is
that might be
Brian
appropriate
Adams,
in terms of
I
sentence
think.
for Mr. Williams,
That's
that the court
his
please feel free
Steele. The
to
guy
do
in the
that.
blue
There's
is
nothing that he is
Brian Steele.
that
That's his
he's
other
he put
attorney,
himself before the court.
Adams,
And
Mr.
I
Adams.
think 2.5 years sitting, going through this process, challenging the process, but now standing before you and asking.
Hit the like button. I see
that
6
you
people
consider
did.
everything and sentence him
Thank
appropriately in
you.
the way that we've requested. I'd simply ask you, I join Mr. Steele and Mr. Williams in asking you to do the same. And I thank you as well, as Mr. Steele did, for your patience with us and for bringing some
He's accused of
order
RICO.
to the proceedings that candidly was needed.
Hey
That's all I have
everyone.
to say. I thank you again. And I
Blunt
ask you to consider
Sadie.
everything that's
Hello.
been put before you.
Are you new,
Is
Blunt
there anything that you want to say?
Sadie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now he's speaking.
I take full responsibility for, my crimes or my charges.
Thank you,
I
my
want to say something to
Gmail.
my family, my mom.
So he's giving
My
his.
mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, My managers.
I didn't know he had that
my
many
kids is
children.
not here.
Oh, okay.
Really,
Are you a
everybody that got some
subscriber?
situation, I want to say sorry for just
My Blunt.
having so much time.
Know how
invested
else
into
to
this,
put it,
and,
but I am definitely
I am
not a
a
troll.
smart guy,
Okay,
I'm a good
thank
guy.
you, thank you.
really
I
like to work,
apologize.
I find myself in
Wall
a
Street
lot of stuff
Destiny
because
Incorporated. I am Keenan and I am ready.
because
Thank
I was
you.
just nice or cool, and
And again, I'm showing these
you can't be that
just
way
as
when
a
you reach a certain height
message
because it could
to see how things
end
are
bad.
unfolding in this world,
And
guys.
it don't really have to have nothing to do with you, but it could end bad and it could, fall on you. And I know the choice is yours, it's up to you. And I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's at a
He's nervous.
future or something. Just out of this type of situation, I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I'm going away. I've learned from my mistakes. I come from nothing and I've made something and I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me because you made
Oh, wow. He's breaking
everything
down.
fair
Yeah, he
for
is
me
nervous.
and everybody involved on both sides.
He's learned a valuable lesson, guys, and that's what it's about.
I'm sorry to share, everybody for just having to put
He's
extra
gotten
time in. I know
humbled.
y'all got paid more money, but I'm sorry for y'all having to put this extra time in to be away from y'all family, and I just hope that you find it in your heart to allow me to go home and be
Yeah.
with my family and just do better as a person. I know what
I thank
bring to the
you,
table.
my
I know
Gmail.
what I am.
Thank
I
you.
know the heights I've reached. I know the impact I got on people, period, in the community. All people. I learned that late, these past 2 or 3 years of my life, I kind of learned
I think
that
he's about
late.
like
And
29, 30 years old. He's not an old guy. He's a young man
drugs or anything, I don't know. But
who,
I have came
you know
to my
what?
senses.
He
I
came from
understand
the
what I
bottom
do to
and
this
he
work,
made it work.
but I am a good guy. I don't mind doing stuff like free shows, and I
But
always did
spirit
that.
don't
I
care.
did free
If you
shows
doing
directly
dirt,
to
it's coming out.
single parents, millions of dollars. You know, I made $1.8 million on a free show, and I gave it all to single parent charity. And I
Wow.
did
That's a giving
like
heart.
2 or
That's
3
what I'm
shows
talking
that made
about.
like 700,000
He
a
made
piece, and I gave it
1.8
to
million and gave it all away.
the breast cancer organization.
So,
Like, you know, I do things, but I put millions of dollars back into my community. For real. I
millions.
really did. I did more than anybody ever did from my side, you know. But I understand, you know, rap lyrics. I understand how it could be twisted. I understand what it could do to the mind of people. I understand all that, and I promise you, I'm 100% changing that. You know, it's just I'm older, I'm grown now, you know, and it's just like I'm smarter. It's more things to rap about. Like I've experienced a lot of good things. I experienced more bad things, but I experienced a lot of good things too. And
I think he feels like he's
anyway,
going to make amends
I
with
know.
by
Well, I
admitting his
appreciate
truth,
it,
and I
and
pray he's in the
I
right. Yeah.
appreciate
Yep.
that you do realize how much of an impact you have on people.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
11-11, guys.
It's past your neighborhood. It's worldwide, especially
It's
young
worldwide.
people.
Yeah.
And
Maybe he can turn it
having
around.
come up
He does believe. He
from
does
where you
love his
came up
children.
from
Change the message. Change the world. Right.
and living in and around that, you know that gangs are
11:33.
to our community.
The angels are
And
watching
it may
this.
be that
9-9. Oh my God.
of
Angels are all through this,
rap
guys.
music
So
and
they
rap
approving me doing this.
is, I mean,
Because this is
honestly,
a
it sounds
teachable
like
moment,
a
guys.
modern-day version of kind
Never
of
to
WWE
judge.
wrestling that used to be on television, where people would just
People
get up
do
and
deserve
posture
second
and
chances.
act like they hated each other. And it may be that that's a lot of what is going on in
And
the
it
music
seems
industry with rap.
he's a giver.
But whether
Really
it
a
is fame or
huge
not,
giver. Who gives away
it
1.8 million?
has tremendous
But that shows he has a lot of
impact
love
on
for
kids
his
and young
children
people
and his
who
community.
think
And just
this is
outside of
cool,
that, I
this
think
is
he's
what I
probably
want to
given a
do.
lot.
Look at him, he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
I can do that by being, you know, a gangster in the streets. And that's not true. What you're likely to have happen to you if you're a gangster in the streets is you get shot, you get killed, or you get thrown in prison. And those are, you know, by far the most likely outcomes. And, you know, you've been in here watching the trial, and you've seen the pictures of Mr. Ryan posing with a gun as big as he is at 15 years old and going out and shooting and killing another teenager. And that's what gangs do, and that's unfortunately a lot of what rap music does. And
I don't agree
if
with
you
that
are
part. I really
a
don't.
modern day
I
John
mean,
Lennon,
I don't
I
believe
mean,
that.
he might
There's
have
all
rapped
type
too
of
in this
music
day
that
and age.
affects
I'll admit,
people.
but
They use
I
that
know
as
you're
I feel
talented,
like
and
a reason
even
to
if you
condemn
choose to
people.
continue to rap,
Now, the lyrics that people
you need to
say,
try to use your
it's laced in all
influence to
types of
let
music, all type of
kids
music
know
we all
that
listen to.
that is not the way to
11-11,
get.
guys, 11
There
people
are
and
ways
11
out of
likes. A
poverty
lot of music that we
besides
listen to is laced
hooking
with
up
something.
with the
I'm
powerful
telling y'all, I
guy
don't care
in
what
the
you listen
street
to, there's
selling
something in there.
drugs.
I can respect
And,
anyone who can admit their
you know, I
wrongs
know
and
that
face their
happens for protection
consequences.
sometimes,
Yeah, it sounds like
but
that's what he's
a much
doing.
better way would be getting an
11-11,
education
great.
and setting, you know, hanging around with people who set a good example. And you be one of those people that sets a good example.
Yeah, he definitely has an energy.
All right, so that's my high horse on that. I could also go on.
Up,
I'm Robert
up,
Curie,
up,
and I approve
up,
this message.
up,
Liberal
up.
extremists sympathizing with Hamas,
Boy.
proposing a 47.
I don't know what's going on. I hate the commercials, guys. I swear. Let's see.
So
Here
it
she's
is
calling
not,
down the ruling.
lost on the court that the state, had they been able to come to agreement on
I love
certain
rap
special
beats.
conditions, was willing to entirely dismiss the RICO count was willing to entirely dismiss one of the gang counts and was willing to entirely dismiss
I don't know
this,
how
you know,
long
machine
she's
gun
going.
count.
All music stems from
Was willing
R&B,
to
guys.
give a
All of it.
sentence that
All of it. All of it.
permitted
I don't care. All of it stems from
Mr.
R&B.
Williams to walk
So,
out of the door today, and therefore does not seem to be particularly worried that Mr. Williams, if on the streets, would be a danger to society.
wow.
I'm
I don't
taking
think
that into
he is.
consideration in crafting my sentence. And in permitting a NOLO plea to the RICO count in one of the 2 gang counts, I would not be permitting the NOLO to the one if you were not pleading guilty to at least one of them. But you are, and y'all admit a factual basis for the counts that you are pleading guilty to. I find there to be a factual basis for those counts, and for the remaining counts, with
15
which
in the
you are
chat. Can
charged.
4 more people hit the like
I'm going
button?
to impose a sentence, and
Here's
I've
the
taken
sentence,
a
guys.
little bit of the suggested special conditions from the defense and a little bit of the special conditions suggested
Thank
by
you.
the prosecution.
4 more people.
On count 1, the court sentence is 20 years to serve
Oh,
5
my
years,
God.
commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years to be
Damn.
probated, and a $25,000 fine. On count 2,
20
the
years.
sentence is 5 years to serve, commuted to time served. That's the minimum
Okay.
sentence that's permitted on that count. It is required to be run consecutively. I'm going to run it consecutive to
Those
count
are the
1,
other
but I'm
attorneys
going
right
to,
there. The
backload.
gentleman in the gray
I'm
sitting
sorry, that is
down.
not
He's one
commuted.
of
That is
the
5 years to serve,
attorneys
and
for the
it's gonna
young
be
man
run
to the right.
consecutively to count 1, backloaded.
I think
by
he's
which
going
I
home
mean,
tonight. I think
you
so
serve
too.
your
I
15
think so
years of
too.
probation. If you have been successful on that probation,
15
and
years of
I
probation,
sincerely
guys.
hope that you are,
Wow.
then at the end of that 15 years, I will commute the entire rest of any service portion of your sentence to time served. So I'll get to the end of it and give you the total
Can you
sentence,
turn?
but I'm also going to impose a
Huh?
$15,000
The stuff in the
fine
oven.
with regard to
Can you
that
look at it?
count. Count
My
57,
stuff in the oven.
20 years to serve 5, commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years probated, concurrent with
Hit
count
the like
1.
button, please.
Count
3 more
58,
likes. There's
10
15
years to
people.
serve 5, commuted to time
Oh my
served,
God.
balance probated, concurrent with count 1.
So
59, 5 years to serve, commuted to time served, concurrent with count 1. 65 years to serve,
Wow.
commuted to time served, concurrent with count 1. Count
oh, hit the like
61,
button.
5 years
Yeah,
to
there's
serve,
15
that is
people.
required to be
3 more
also a
people should be
consecutive
liking
sentence, so
the
that's gonna be run
video.
consecutively to count 56
Oh
and
my.
backloaded. Count 62, 10 years to serve, also required to be served consecutively. That's going to be consecutive to count 61, also backloaded. So essentially, the total sentence is 40 years
Damn.
to serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by
Damn.
15 years on probation.
Ooh, wow.
Followed then by the backloaded 20 years, which can be served in custody and will be served in custody if you are not successful on your probation.
He named
If you are
names.
successful in completing your 15 years
Well, they
probation,
all
that will be
pleaded,
commuted
all of
to
them.
time served.
All of them pleaded.
Um,
They all took a plea.
You are to remain on reporting status for the first half of your probation, active reporting for the first 7.5 years of your probation.
I
and
think
that
he's going
is,
home too.
Pursuant to OCGA 17-10-1.
Look at his attorney. He's
subsection
praying.
2, I'm sorry,
He's praying.
2A.
Yes, he's praying
And
for
Mr.
him.
Steele and Mr. Adams,
See,
in order
Mr.
to
Adams and Mr.
keep him
Steele.
on reporting status, there needs to be good cause shown.
I think he's going home,
We
guys.
all concede that good cause is shown here.
Stipulate.
All right, I appreciate that. Special conditions of your probation.
What the cost? What do they mean?
Can I have a second, Your Honor?
Sure.
The judge.
So she said she's probably told him, let her finish. Don't
You have enough time
interrupt
to talk
her.
with your attorneys?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, special conditions of your probation.
Oh, he's going home,
After
guys.
48 hours from
Seems
your
like
release, you are to stay away from
Oh,
the
he's
metro
going
Atlanta area.
home.
And that's
Wow.
defined by the U.S. Census Bureau. It may change, but you can look that up anytime to figure out what that is. For the first 10 years of your probation, subject to the full word.
He's an entertainer.
When you were negotiating. You can get here up to 24 hours prior to any such event, and you need to leave within 48 hours after any such event. In addition, during each year of your probation, I'm going to require that you come to the metro Atlanta area and make a live anti-gang and anti-gun violence presentation.
Oh, he's going
4
home.
times a year.
He's going home.
Each year of your probation at a grade school, a middle school, a boys or girls club, anything like
Okay.
that type of group. And if you want to, that presentation can include a benefit concert, and these presentations may count towards your required community service hours, which I'm going to
He can
impose.
cook beats
That
at
during
home
each
all
year of your
good.
probation, you perform 100 hours of community service.
100 hours of community
You
service. Okay.
are, and this is required by the fact
You
that
may
there's
have
a
to
gang
get work
conviction.
permits.
You shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character with any other member or associate of any criminal street gang. Exception to that, if your brother is
What don't you agree with?
member of any street gang, I hope you talk him into getting out of it. Contavious Greer, and then also Sergio Kitchens, as long as
See the
you are
guy right
contractually
there in the
obligated
back?
to him.
I didn't see that plea. I may record that one
That's gonna
too.
include anybody
The
who
guy
is named
in the
this
back
indictment,
over there.
except as absolutely
He looked like he has a
necessary
pink
to
jacket
conduct
on.
the lawful business
Him.
of your musical
He's a
career.
part of the RICO
And to
too.
any
So is the
extent
guy
that
to the
state
far
is not
right.
agreeing to,
I don't know if you
the
can see him, but
exception for Mr. Kitchens. In the event that that part
thank you
is
guys. 15
not
likes.
enforceable
I like
because it
that.
is only a portion of a special
I don't know if
condition,
YouTube is going to ping me
provide
or not. I don't know,
that,
guys.
that
I
be
just recorded
separable
this
from the rest
for
of this, and I'll
a
put some
teaching moment for us to have a
case sites
discussion
in the
about it,
Senate sheet for that.
about what's happening in the
You are
world, because we're all in
endeavoring
this
to
energy,
promote
right
any
along with
criminal
Jeffrey.
street gang
It's energy.
or any criminal street gang activity, including on any social media platform. You are not to utilize any hand signs, terminology, or language that promotes any criminal street gang. You are not to participate in any criminal street gang activity. You are not to knowingly engage in any contact with any of the victims that are listed in this indictment or with any of their family members. And you may not have in your possession or with arm's reach any kind of a firearm because you're going to
Great
be a
message for
convicted felon,
from watching
and that
this.
is,
Thank you.
except I know that you have
What
security,
happened? What
you
did
need
you
security.
erase? You retracted
can be,
something.
within arm's reach of a firearm that is in the possession of either licensed law enforcement or licensed
Speak your
security
truth. It's
personnel
okay.
that are in your security detail or anybody that you're performing with. You are to submit to random drug screens and not use any drugs unless they are prescribed for you by a licensed physician. You are to execute a Fourth Amendment waiver that will permit the search of your person, residence, vehicles, and electronics for any firearms, any criminal street gang paraphernalia, or any illicit drugs. And
I didn't finish this, so I retype it in.
as I mentioned,
Oh,
with
okay.
regard to one of the first of your co-defendants from this trial, at least since I've been involved, to plead guilty, our Uniform Superior Court rules instruct and provide that it is absolutely proper for a judge to grant leniency in sentencing when
You guys are great.
the interest
17
of
likes
the
and
public
17
and the
people. I like
effective
that. Thank
administration
you.
of criminal justice are served, unquote. And I think that this plea is in the interest of the public and in the interest of effective
Thank you, Miss
administration of
Goldie.
justice.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Have been trying to ensure
Thank
that
you very
to
much.
the extent I can, this trial also abides by that. It's been challenging at certain times. I find your plea to be freely, knowingly, intelligently, and
Thank you,
voluntarily
Miss
entered
Goldie.
with an understanding of the consequences, and I accept it as such. I also need to inform you that your attorneys were going to represent you through either the last day of this term of court or 30 days from now, whichever is later, in any of the filings that were mentioned that need to be filed within that time. They would file on your behalf unless they are permitted to withdraw from representing you before that time.
His attorneys now are like true friends. Like they're friends with these guys now. They've built a bond.
Concerts and the donations to the sheriff's office, but I certainly strongly encourage you to
Thank
do
you
those
again for the
things.
super chat 999. That is
Continue to do
that's the
things that
ending,
benefit
completion
your
to a
community
cycle.
and
Wow.
especially help young
Wow,
people
with the
to
number
stay
19
out of
likes.
criminal trouble.
Wow.
And unless there is
AE
anything from counsel
999.
other than that.
Yeah.
I have one matter, Your Honor.
Okay, there it
Can
is.
you also consider, God forbid, there's a serious medical condition?
Sorry
of a
about
person
that.
that
In
is,
his immediate family,
yeah.
certainly, we can add that. And I also meant to mention, because I know you do travel all over in order to,
Yeah, he travels. That's
pursue your
his career.
that it's permissible for your probation to be transferred to out of state, and that has to be done through probation, but that is fine with the court. And you may also keep your, nobody's mentioned it, but keep your passport and travel out of state and internationally to the extent that you need to do that for business purposes as well. All right, Mr. Body.
Yes, it's very, very
Okay.
grateful. Thank you.
That's the state.
Commissioner Attorney just wanted me to urge the court due to the fact that the Thomases have been negatively affected. Incredibly.
Y'all hit that like. Thank you. They have done good. Thank you, Blunt Saggy. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Goldie, thank you as well. Thank you guys. I don't know if the other defendants have pleaded already, but Jeffrey Williams is like the big fish. He's the multi-millionaire that the state wanted to, bring him down.
Anybody must be going through when they lose a family member to violence or criminal violence. Mr. Williams himself.
Yes, I know how you feel during your lives and the likes. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Stand by my belief
Yeah.
that the appropriate time to hear a victim impact statement from them is at the
20
close
likes. That's
of the
beautiful.
trial.
So
that
people are
contains
enjoying this.
the
Okay, you guys like this.
murder count with regard to their family member. All right, thank you. Okay, court is adjourned.
Wow.
If
Wow.
you're gonna have any, there better be no violations, but if there are any, you're coming back to see me.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. He's going home, guys. Wow. Amazing. He's going home. He's going home, guys.
But since the person is Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Silver,
I've been praying for that young man. Wow. Your prayers have been answered. I don't know if they're still going to, I guess it's over for the day, but we know the main guy, Jeffrey, looks like he'll be going home. I knew it. Time served, but that probation is stiff. It is. To God be the glory. Yep. I mean, justice has to be, prevail for anybody. I don't care who you are. He gets another chance at, to not involve himself in things that are not right, that are not just. So this is something that he had to go through. This is a cycle.
Trial watchers, this is a law and crime legal alert. A mother was recently awarded millions of dollars in a lawsuit against baby formula manufacturers.
What the
after
heck is that?
premature baby
All right,
was
guys,
diagnosed
I
with
appreciate it. I'm
necrotizing
getting ready to
enterocolitis
do
and
the
death
reading
after
for you
receiving
guys. So
bovine-based
thank you
formula.
for being a
He
part
also
of this
selected
live
fentanyl,
stream.
Similac, premature
Thank you,
formula,
guys. I
and
will be
linked to
doing a
NAFTA
live this evening.
manufacturers failed to
Bye.
warn